It looks like we're getting a 4K edition of Re-ANIMATOR in 2025, but who's putting that one out? Dante's Peak has been officially announced for 4K by Kino Lorber. Screen Factory announces its new February slate, including Ghost of Mars on 4K. We got a 4K steelbook of Constantine up for pre-order, but where's the actual artwork? It looks like we now have two versions of The Keep to worry about selling out. Is it possible that we're getting a 4K box set of the Dollars trilogy from Arrow Video in 2025? According to Michael Mann himself, we could be getting The Last of the Mohicans 4K very soon. And you guys can stop spamming my comment section because we finally have that official 4K announcement for Uncle Buck coming from Kino Lorber. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. And today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 242. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And look, we've got quite a show for you guys. Look, I dug as deep as I could for all the fresh 4K and Blu-ray rumors, just so we could have something exciting to talk about, because things actually die off a little bit in December when it comes to like announcements and stuff. It feels like December usually is pretty rough for the Physical Media Report and getting out information on new releases and new announcements and things like that. But there was actually some pretty cool rumors that came out this week, some stuff to get excited about for sure. One of them I almost missed and just like by accident discovered like right before I came in here to film. And it's actually a pretty exciting one. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about all things physical media on this channel: Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me back there every single day. If you like that kind of stuff, that kind of content, hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button, and then comment down below, guys, of everything that we go into. Like I said, we've got some exciting stuff to get into. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets those juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below. And let's just start off with something that gets my juices flowing the most. Now, this is a rumor. This is the rumor category. So there's, no official announcement, no official comments by Arrow Video, but look, we know what it means when we get those little Arrow Video cards in our Arrow Video 4K or Blu-ray releases. It means that potentially we could be getting this movie or movies from Arrow Video at some point. And I'm talking about a fistful of dollars. This showed up in one of the Arrow Video releases. Now, this picture was shared by Dawn on the Disc. Somebody got this card of a fistful of dollars, and they're the good, the bad, the weird 4K set. Now, that 4K set is a UK edition, so I did not get that set. I was actually thinking about getting it, though, but somebody found this card in that set. So that would indicate that there are plans for Arrow Video to do a fistful of dollars on 4K at some point. Now, a fistful of dollars and for a few dollars more and the good, the bad, the ugly all have 4Ks from Kino Lorber in this state. So that's why I think that this is probably going to be a UK release, and likely, I would think, a UK box set release. Now, could we be getting the entire Dollars trilogy, a 4K box set, the style of like the El Mariachi 4K trilogy? Or that wasn't a 4K trilogy, one 4K, two Blu-rays, but this could be an entire like 4K trilogy in a box set of the Dollars trilogy. And I got to tell you guys, look, I got all those movies on 4K from Kino Lorber. They look really good. They don't have Dolby Vision. They don't have HDR, so that's kind of a mark against them. In the Arrow Video versions, probably would, I would say. But even though I have those, like, I would go crazy to get these movies in a nice Arrow Video box set. Like, that would be the dream for me. Like, that's a dream release. Like, that would be fantastic. I love these movies. Clint Eastwood in these films, fantastic, but all of them are great. It's a great trilogy directed by Sergio Leone, and I would be so freaking happy to get these movies on 4K for sure. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that would be happy as well, because people generally like Kino, I think, but also it's like, okay, their 4Ks are never like the most mind-blowing. Like, some of them are actually really great. They're never the most mind-blowing 4Ks, especially some of their early ones when they weren't including Dolby Vision HDR. So I think a lot of people want some of thdon't to be redone. And Arrow Video already redid Silence of the Lambs, and people were super happy about that because they didn't like the job that Kino did. So, I don't hear people like actively saying they did a bad job on the Dollars trilogy, but the idea of having Arrow Video do the Dollars trilogy and 4K, nice box set release, that would be incredible. Like, that would be absolutely incredible to me. So hopefully this actually happens. Like I said, it's not announced officially, but if there's an art card in one of the releases from Arrow Video. It's a pretty good indication that we could be getting, that movie from that boutique label at some point down the line. So let me know if you're excited for that in the comment section below. Now let's get into some Michael Mann films. Okay, we've got to talk about the Last of the Mohicans. So Michael Mann was recently interviewed, I think, by Collider, and the person that was interviewing him, and I don't know actually who was interviewing them, but they actually were asking some very good questions. In fact, very good questions for people who like physical media because of what it hopefully is going to result in. But they asked him about his movies and why some of them haven't been upgraded to 4K and how they would love to see those movies in 4K. And he mentions Last of the Mohicans, and he also mentions a movie called The Insider, which I believe I've seen The Insider. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie. I think it's from like 1997 or 1998 or something. This movie came out. It's been a long time, but it's very familiar. So we asked him about Last of the Mohicans with Daniel Day-Lewis, and he asked him about The Insider, and he was just kind of taken aback by Last of the Mohicans. And this just goes to show you like how some filmmakers just have no idea like the status of their movies, like on home video, or if they've got 4Ks or not, because he's like, that doesn't have a 4K yet? Well, maybe we're going to have to do something about that. I might have to contact Disney and push to get a 4K. And he said the same thing about The Insider as well, which I think, look, if Michael Mann actually pushes Disney, because that seems to be the mindset of Disney right now, if a director pushes and said, I want this on physical media, I want this on 4K, like it might actually happen. So I think if Michael Mann pushes Disney enough, we could be getting The Last of the Mohicans on 4K. We could also be getting The Insider on 4K as well sometime in 2025, 2026 is when that would probably likely happen. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And again, just goes to show you like how directors just really don't know like what's going on. Like some of them do, obviously, but some of them just really don't know what's going on with their movies, the state of their movies, like what definition, what format their movies are in. And an interviewer like has to bring that to their attention. So hopefully he put that on the radar for Michael Mann. Hopefully we can get other movies like Manhunter as well. I know a lot of people want Manhunter on 4K from Michael Mann, but yeah, I definitely thought that was interesting. The Last of the Mohicans to come to 4K would be awesome. Also, The Insider to come to 4K. And they also mentioned Thief in the interview as well, but I don't think Michael Mann really commented on Thief. But I could see Thief happening because Criterion put that out and they're upgrading a lot of their stuff to 4K. So I could totally see that coming to 4K at some point. So that's another rumor. And I think not the last rumor. We got another one after this, but this is a big one, guys. And I just kind of caught this one. And I was reading up on the Digital Bits because I try to keep up with the Digital Bits articles because sometimes they'll just drop stuff that nobody else is really talking about. And I caught this in there. It was just kind of nonchalantly thrown in, I felt like. And it's Re-Animator coming to 4K sometime in 2025 for the 40th anniversary. And I think the reason it was just kind of nonchalantly thrown in there is because the label that is set to put this out, like they've done stuff. I think they've done the Invaders from Mars 4K, but they don't do a lot of stuff. And I don't know like how they have this movie because Arrow Video put this one out before, but Re-Animator 4K, apparently, according to the Digital Bits, there is a 40th anniversary 4K and Blu-ray edition coming from Eagle Rock Pictures and Ignite Films next year. So apparently we're getting Re-Animator from, I think it's pronounced Ignite. That's how you pronounce it. Ignite. That. Why am I saying it like that? Ignite Films and also Eagle Rock Pictures. So I guess that they're in cahoots together. I don't really know too much about that label, if I'm being completely honest, but look, I'll take it. I'll take Re-Animator on 4K. I don't care who it comes from. Now, it would be awesome to get Re-Animator again from Arrow Video or maybe like potentially Vinegar Syndrome. Like that would be super awesome as well. That would be a great release from them, especially since they have From Beyond also. So I would love to see Vinegar Syndrome get it on 4K as well. Because I think that Ignite is in the US. I don't think it's a UK based label, but again, I could be wrong. So I think this will be a US release, but it would be a shame to just get like a standard 4K. I hope that they do some kind of a box set because I think Invaders from Mars is just like a regular 4K. I don't even know if that has slipcover on it or anything like that. And I think like fans of Re-Animator, like this is a big enough movie. Like we want that premier prestige packaging with Re-Animator to get a box set. Some people would be fine with the standard, I'm sure, pay a little bit less money. But I think like big time collectors and horror fans, like this is one of like the last big holdouts, I feel like, for a horror film to come to 4K is Re-Animator. And we want that big like premium edition like Arrow Video did back in the day. I've got a really nice steelbook from Arrow Video, but that's the version of Re-Animator that I have right now. So I just thought that was interesting because I haven't really heard anybody else talking about this except for the digital bits, and it was just kind of thrown into the article. I think from like last Thursday or Wednesday or something like that. But yeah, it's very exciting, guys. Re-Animator like is a movie. I just watched it recently. My wife watched it for the first time with me over October. That movie would look absolutely gorgeous in 4K, just so freaking good. And again, it's one of the last big like horror holdouts for 4K. So I would love to see Re-Animator on 4K. I just think it's kind of strange that Eagle Rock Pictures and Ignite Films is doing that one on 4K. So let me know what you think about Re-Animator coming to 4K in the comment section below. Let's talk about Nosferatu. So this is up on Blu-ray.com in the forums. And apparently Nosferatu, sorry guys, I can never talk ever. Nosferatu is getting a 4K, and it's also getting a Blu-ray, and it's got an anticipated release date of March the 4th of 2025. So this has a pre-order on dealsaurus.com. So I'm not too familiar with that website either. I don't really buy anything on it. But yeah, Nosferatu, this is actually cool because this is Universal. Okay. And we know what Universal does. They'll put out a Blu-ray, and then if it sells 6 months later, they put out a 4K. Whereas with this, they're just going to put out the 4K and the Blu-ray, which is cool, which also kind of tells me that they're anticipating this being kind of a hit. I can't really gauge like how Nosferatu is going to do in the theaters. Like it's coming out Christmas Day. It's a movie directed by Robert Eggers, which his movies have never really blown the doors off the box office. Like I think The Northman probably did the best in theaters, but I don't think that did that well either. So I don't anticipate this making like a ton of money. I don't know what the budget was, but again, it comes out on Christmas Day. Like I just don't see a lot of people going to see this movie on Christmas Day. But you know, it's getting that 4K treatment. It's going to get that Blu-ray treatment. I don't know if I'm going to get out to the theaters to see it. I love Robert Eggers. To me, like he really hasn't missed as a filmmaker. So I'm sure this is going to be incredible, but I might just wait to get this on 4K and watch it at home. But yeah, the Nosferatu, which is coming out again on Christmas Day. I know a lot of people have seen it already. People that got early screenings and stuff. I think the early indication is it's pretty great. So I am excited to check this one out, but it's coming out anticipated release date of March the 4th of 2025. So that's all the rumors, guys. And again, I lump all that stuff in the rumor category. Most of that stuff likely, I would say, will happen. Maybe Last of the Mohicans and The Insider being the least likely to happen because we don't know what Disney's going to do, even if Michael Mann pushes them. But again, all that stuff is rumors, guys. So I put it in the rumor category because it's not official. We don't have an official announcement from the studios or the boutique labels. So let's get into the official stuff, guys, because we've got some cool official stuff coming out as well. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten this question on a physical media report in my DMs on Instagram, my DMs on Twitter, the comments section of just random videos, just people asking this question ever since Kino Lorber announced this one that it was going to be coming out because they like to do their pre-announcements before their actual announcements. And sometimes it can take quite some time for a variety of reasons, guys, but sometimes it could take a long time for them to actually get that official announcement and release date out. I think the longest it's ever took him was for what was the William Friedkin film? Why am I blanking on the William Friedkin film? To Live and Die in LA. Like I think they announced that, and like 3 years later it actually came out on 4K. But I think William Friedkin was like the holdup there. I don't know what the holdup was for Uncle Buck. We got the official announcement for Uncle Buck on 4K. Everybody is always asking about Uncle Buck, and again, I don't know what the holdup here was. It could be a variety of things. Maybe it was John Hughes. Maybe it was the studio. Maybe they just couldn't get the materials to look right. They had to keep like making passes with a 4K scan. I don't know. I don't know what the issue was. I mean, Kino Lorber usually does a pretty good job. They're pretty good with their quality control and making sure that their stuff it does at least look and sound good. For the most part, they get some criticism with their packaging. So they put good work into their stuff, I think, overall. So, you know, maybe that's why it took a while. They wanted to make sure they got this right. They knew it was going to be pretty highly anticipated and sought after and all that good stuff. But Uncle Buck is coming to 4K, guys, from Kino Lorber February the 18th. This is a new 4K from the original camera negative with Dolby Vision and HDR, and this is going to have 2 new audio commentaries as well. So, yeah, Uncle Buck. Now, I'm going to say something that might get me in trouble. I did not grow up with Uncle Buck, okay? I just watched this movie for the first time a few months back. I watched it on Netflix because I knew the 4K was coming, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to watch this. I don't want to wait for the 4K. I just want to watch the movie because I just waited too long to watch this movie, and I loved it. It was a great movie. Macaulay Culkin's first film, so it was kind of cool to see him in there because I grew up with Home Alone, loved Home Alone and Home Alone 2. So it was cool to see him in the movie, and I thought it was great. I loved it. That classic, like John Hughes style. John Candy is just growing to be like one of my favorite comedic actors. The Great Outdoors is another like big one that I still need to see of his. But between that and of course Plane, Trains, and Automobiles and Splash, I love him in Splash with Tom Hanks. Like John Candy's great, and I cannot wait to own this movie in 4K. Another John Hughes movie off the list coming out in 4K. We still need The Breakfast Club, but I am excited to get Uncle Buck on 4K from Kino Lorber, and I know there's a lot of people that are excited for that as well. So get excited. But if you like John Candy, speaking of John Candy, we got another one coming from Kino Lorber. It's just a Blu-ray though. It's not a 4K, but I believe this is coming out from Kino Lorber, January the 21st. We have Summer Rental. This is a 4K scan with a new feature. There's a new special feature on here and a new audio commentary as well. So yeah, we got some more John Candy love. And I feel like maybe they've already announced it. Have they announced The Great Outdoors? I feel like they have. But I could see them doing The Great Outdoors on 4K and just really trying to dive into the John Candy filmography and putting his stuff out. But I've never seen Summer Rental either. This looked pretty fun. So this will be one that I will definitely pick up when they release it. And here's the next one, guys. Dante's Peak has been officially announced by Kino Lorber. I love this movie. I grew up with this movie. It's one of my favorite disaster films. I'd say behind Twister, it's my favorite disaster film. Pierce Brosnan, Linda Hamilton. This is coming out from Kino Lorber on February the 11th. And yeah, this is a native 4K with Dolby Vision HDR. Big month for February for Kino Lorber between this on 4K and then Uncle Buck on 4K. Like, I am so excited to watch Dante's Peak on 4K. It is disappointing it doesn't have that Dolby Atmos. I know there's a lot of people that would have wanted that Dolby Atmos on here, but it does have Dolby Vision. It's got HDR. And yeah, I'm just so down for like all of these like classic disaster films coming to 4K. I don't know who has the rights, how we're going to get it, but I want somebody to put out Volcano on 4K as well. Like we need Volcano on 4K. We're getting Daylight on 4K, which I love that movie also. That's coming from Kino Lorber, but Dante's Peak, one of my all-time favorites, Dolby Vision, HDR. Cannot wait to see this movie in the best possible picture quality. We've also got Conclave. This is up for pre-order on Amazon right now, guys. I'll link all the pre-orders down below. I'll link the deals down below, and I'll link all the stuff that's coming out this week. So use those links down below, guys. If you're interested in any of these titles, they're affiliate links. They do help support the channel, and I would definitely appreciate it. But Conclave is a new movie that I think came out like a month or so ago. It's getting quite a bit of Oscar buzz for sure. It's got a great cast in it. Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow, Ralph Fiennes. Is that how you pronounce it? I think that's how you pronounce it, but I always get corrected when I pronounce his name wrong. Isabella Rossellini is in the film as well. But yeah, great cast. I'm looking forward to watching this one at some point. It's coming out from Universal. And again, interesting because it's getting a 4K and a Blu-ray, and it's coming out from Universal. This comes out on February the 11th, and there's also going to be a Blu-ray edition as well. Next up, we got the Steelbook of Constantine, guys. We talked about Constantine last week, but Constantine is getting a 4K Steelbook from Warner Brothers. It's coming out on February the 18th. There is a pre-order on Groove right now. And there is also a pre-order on Amazon that just went up right before I filmed this, but I think it's a little bit cheaper on Groove. Now, this one's a little bit controversial as far as the artwork. Now, I will say when I first saw this, I was like, damn, that interior artwork is awesome. And then I saw the outside artwork, and I was like, damn, like that is very simple. Like that is just the title. It's black, and there's not a lot to that Steelbook. It almost looks like a placeholder, like there's going to be other artwork that they're going to put in there. So I kind of wonder if this is a placeholder, if they're going to have different artwork than this, or if this is going to be the artwork, because this is really not artwork. There's nothing on the back from what I can see. And there's just the title on the front. So if you're into like minimalist steel books, like you might like this steel book. So let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. But yeah, Constantine is coming to 4K February the 18th. There is a pre-order for this steel book up on groove.com right now. So we talked about the Keep last week, guys. This, of course, is coming out on 4K from Vinegar Syndrome, or it was announced. And if you ordered it, if you were one of the 12,000 people that ordered the special packaging and the standard release, because that's sold out as well, then you got it on the way. But if you did not order order the Keep that weekend when it sold out, last weekend when it sold out, there is another 4K, standard 4K, that is going up for pre-order on Amazon right now for $49.98. Now, hopefully that price drops a little bit, because I would hate to think that somebody had to pay $50 for just the standard release of this, because everybody else paid $45 for the big box set release. So hopefully this goes down in price. It's going to be available on January the 28th, and the pre-order is up right now. And I don't know if Vinegar Syndrome's website's going to get any more, because right now, we'll get into in a second when we talk about the partner labels, but right now, Vinegar Syndrome's website is just partner labels. You can't order any Vinegar Syndrome stuff. So I'm wondering if when that comes back, if the Vinegar Syndrome stuff comes back, if they'll bring back copies of the Keep, the standard version, and they'll also have it up on Amazon. Because what I'm hearing is they reprinted 3,000 copies of the Keep, which I would think they're going to have to reprint way more than that, because if they sold 12,000 big box sets and 3,000 standard editions, like they're going to need at least 6,000 or 7,000 more of these standard editions to put on Amazon, to put on their website. So hopefully they put out more. But don't get on eBay. I tried to tell you guys last week, don't get on eBay and pay $200 for this freaking movie. Like I said, if you wanted that big packaging, if you really wanted it, and this is true, you would have got it at midnights when they put it up. Okay, that's when you would have got it. All right. So if you weren't there to get it then you really didn't want it, or within the first day. So just get the standard version. Don't pay $200 to get the Keep. Save your money. Pay $30 to get the standard version of the Keep when they put it out on Vinegar Syndrome's website, hopefully, but also on Amazon, it's for $50. But hopefully, like I said, that price drops down a little bit. But if you want another option for the Keep, Imprint announced, and they did this very smartly, because they announced this as soon as they sold out of the Keep on Vinegar Syndrome's website. Imprint Films, and I don't think this was like their regular, like, planned announcement. They're just like, look, we've got the Keep too. Okay, we don't know when we're going to be putting it out, but we've got it. It's going to be coming out. I don't even think this is up for pre-order yet. I could be wrong, because this wasn't like an official announcement. This was just them saying, we've got this, and we're going to be putting it out as well. So Imprint Films will also be putting out the Keep on 4K. But the thing about Imprint Films, guys, if you're in the States, like, I'm sure this is going to cost you like $60 to $70, because Imprint is not a cheap label. It's not a cheap label. Like, they're the ones that are putting out the $200 box set of the Never Ending Story. And a lot of their just like regular standard Blu-ray editions are like 35 to 40 bucks on their actual website. And you'll pay more for that when you have to import it. So you can get the Keep 4K from Imprint, and it's certainly going to be a better pricing getting it for $200 on eBay, but it's still going to cost you quite a bit. And I imagine this will be up on Diabolic and Orbit and all those other third-party sites in the US, but it's still going to be like 60, 70 bucks, because Imprint, especially if they got a movie like this, and they're probably going to have some like big packaging with it as well. Because Suspiria was like 80 bucks or something. I'm sure it's going to be packaging like that. So it's still going to cost you quite a bit to get the Keep on 4K. But again, you do have another option for some more like premier prestige packaging for the Keep, which you don't have on Vinegar Syndrome anymore at all, since they're just going to be doing the standard edition. Now let's get into the Screen Factory announcements for the month of February. We've got some decent stuff coming in February. You know what? Like, on the surface, like, it's not the most exciting month, but like, I find myself wanting to pick up like almost all of these. So like, it has to be, for me personally, like a good month, because 3 of these I don't own at all. Actually, I don't own any of them, to be honest. But one of them I've seen on streaming. But we've got Ghost of Mars coming to 4K, and this is coming out on February the 11th. And on I meant to get a picture of this, but I think there's an additional slipcover on the Shout Factory website, and it's a pretty badass looking slipcover, to the point where I was kind of tempted to get it, and get the Vampires one too, because I haven't pre-ordered Vampires yet. But It's a John Carpenter film. We got to have a nice special edition of all the John Carpenter movies, good or bad, right? The Ward might be getting some kind of special edition at some point. It'll probably get a 4K before In the Mouth of Madness does, but I'm excited to get Ghost of Mars on 4K. It's not the best John Carpenter film, but it's okay. But these next two are damn, I'm blanking on the name. Why am I blanking on every name tonight? But we've got Humanoids from the Deep. Roger Corman. There we go, guys. Humanoids from the Deep. And we've got Galaxy of Terror. Both of these movies are coming to 4K. I don't own either one of these movies, and I've never seen either one of these movies. So I'm excited to actually watch both of them and get them both on 4K. So that's three right there, guys, that I'm pretty much guaranteed to pick up in February because I haven't seen them for a while, or I haven't seen them at all, and I don't have them in the collection. Ghost of Mars, Humanoids from the Deep, and Galaxy of Terror, all coming out from Scream Factory in the month of February. And Humanoids from the Deep is coming out on February the 18th, and Galaxy of Terror is coming out on February the 11th. And then we've got Sick, which was a streaming movie, came out on Peacock, and I actually enjoyed this one. I would not mind adding this one to the collection. My only thing is I don't feel like I need it in 4K, and I wish they would have gave us a Blu-ray option that was a little bit cheaper, because I like the movie, but I don't want to pay $35 to get it on 4K. I didn't like it like that. So, and it's a newer movie, and it's like, do I really need this on 4K? Like with most newer movies, Blu-ray is just fine. So I wish they would have done like a standard Blu-ray of Sick. And I don't think it has a slipcover, so it's not really a collector's edition. So it doesn't really feel too pressing for me to pick this one up. But yeah, Sick is coming out on 4K on February the 4th. And then we've got the first Slam Dunk. I think this is a Ghibli Kids title, or G Kids, I think is what they call it. So this is some kind of like basketball anime movie. I've never seen it. I feel like they announce like a version of the Slam Dunk like every month, it feels like. But this is getting a 4K finally. And then we've got a Chinese Odyssey Part 1 and 2 getting a Blu-ray release from the Shout Select line. And that comes out on February the 4th. So there you have it, guys. Let's get into the Vinegar Syndrome partner label stuff real quick. I'm just going to get on the Vinegar Syndrome website. And so they announced all this stuff, I think, December the 3rd. They've got from Art Label, A Little More Flesh. And most of these movies, guys, I just don't know. And then from American Genre Film Archive, we got Bloodorama, Triple Frightmare. And let's see. Let me make myself a little bit smaller here. Bam. Actually, I'm going to... You know what? I'm just going to keep this. Keep this image right here. All right, then we've got Candy Mountain coming from Film Movement Classics. We've got Carnage for Christmas. So we got some Christmas stuff here, guys. Carnage for Christmas coming from Dark Star. We got Cash Calls Hell coming from Film Movement Classics. We've got Chris Claremont's X-Men coming from ETR Media. So I don't know what this is. This might be like some kind of documentary on the comic book, a certain comic book run of the X-Men, probably. I mean, that looks pretty cool. I wonder if did that slipcover on that sell out yet? It's got 496 left as of right now. Like I would have thought that was sold out. Then we've got Close Your Eyes coming from Film Movement. We've got The Coffee Table coming from Cinephobia Releasing. So I've heard good things about The Coffee Table. I think this one's available on streaming though. So I almost got this, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I need this, but I think this is actually Cinephobia's first release, if I'm not mistaken. It says CPH1 right there. So there's 202 copies of this left, guys. It's going quick. The slipcover's already sold out. And yeah, I feel like I had heard some pretty good things about The Coffee Table, but that's up for that's on Blu-ray on the Vinegar Syndrome partner website. We've got from No Budge, Dad and Stepdad. We got from VHS Hit Fest, we got Death Laughs Among Us, the complete works of John Schnall. Then we've got Saturn's Core releasing Dogs and Quicksand. We've got from Memory Hippo. We've got Hundreds of Beavers coming from Cartoona. And I don't know what this movie is, but also the slipcover sold out on this one. I think it had like some kind of limited edition box set as well. And again, I don't know what the heck Hundreds of Beavers is. But people wanted that slip for Hundreds of Beavers. So there you go. All right, let's get out of here. We had two releases from Shudder. This was Kuso, and this has some kind of character like pooping the title on the front, which cool, I guess. So look, I was trying to collect the Shudder stuff, but I was like, when these got announced, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna bow out of collecting the Shudder titles because this slipcover. I was like, damn, they really know how to get me to stop collecting for like a certain line, don't they? Just release a cartoon character shitting on the cover, and then I won't collect for that line anymore. But yeah, that is Kuso. I don't know anything about that movie. If it's good or not, let me know in the comment section. But I'm done collecting Shudder because they announced that. Then we got The Line coming from Utopia. We've also got Maybe It's Love coming from Connie. We got No Home Movie from Icarus Films. We've got Orders coming from Canadian International Pictures. We've got The Sacrifice Game coming from Shudder. And look, I probably would have got that, but since I didn't, want to get Kuso, I was like, I don't need to collect for this line anymore. I'm good. So I didn't get it. The Sacrifice Game, even though it kind of looked pretty decent. I think it's a fairly new film. I think it came out like 2022 or something. And then we got Brainstorm Media releasing Starve Acre. And from Yellow Veil Pictures, we have Sweet, Sweet Lonely Girl. And I think that's pretty much it as far as you have a Larry Kent's Vancouver trilogy here. You can get a couple of trilogies. You can get from Canadian International Pictures for a little bit cheaper if you get the bundle. You can get The Dog That Stopped the War, The Great Land of Small, and The Christmas Martian, all for $45 with the slipcovers, I believe, as well. So that's the partner stuff, guys. Let's get out of that and get into the last of the announcements. We've got Just Friends. Just Friends. I was very excited about this. Just Friends is coming to Blu-ray for the first time domestically. It could have got an overseas Blu-ray for the first time domestically from Warner Archive on January the 28th. So too bad it didn't come out in December because that is a Christmas movie. And I've always loved Just Friends. I remember seeing it in the theaters. I had it on DVD. I used to watch it all the time. I'm just a big fan of these 2000s comedies. I don't know. I'm just very nostalgic for this era of comedy. And this was a good one. This was a fun one for sure. Ryan Reynolds, Chris Klein, Amy Smart, Anna Faris, good cast as well, and just very funny. So I'm a big fan of Just Friends. I'm excited that Warner Archive is doing that one on Blu-ray. We've also got Last Stand at Saber River. This is a movie with Tom Selleck, and this is coming out from Blu-ray from the Warner Archive as well. And it's actually getting a 4K scan on this one also. So you're going to get some prestige picture quality here with Last Stand at Saber River. And then lastly, we got some Wolf Creek 4K media books coming out from Turbine Media. Turbine Media has been churning out these 4K media books. So yeah, Wolf Creek got a Blu-ray Steelbook in the States, and it got a Blu-ray from Viavision in Australia, but now it's getting a 4K for the first time from Turbine Media. So that is all of the announcements, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into the deals. We've got a lot of deals. We still got some post Black Friday, Cyber Monday, great deals on Amazon, but we've also got the Kino Lorber sale that's still going on. It's going on until next Monday, December the 16th. And then let's jump on Groove real quick, guys. Let me take this off. I keep jumping ahead of myself because Groove's got a lot of good deals going on. We've got two Blu-rays for $16. So basically you got one Blu-ray for $8. And these are some good titles, guys. These are some titles that usually go for $14, $15. But you got Freaky, you got Drive Away Dolls, you got Air. Like, you got a lot of new stuff here. The Frighteners, Cape Fear. Like, I still need to get Cape Fear, but I don't want to get it because I have fear that they're going to put a Blu-ray or a 4K out of that at some point. I also need Eyes Wide Shut in the collection, but I keep thinking that they're going to get a 4K of that out at some point. We've also got Fableman's Last Night Soho, Dark City. I would like in the collection, but that's another one I feel like they'll do a 4K for from like a boutique label. Evil Dead Rise, Lady in the Water, Mars Attacks. So you got some good stuff on here, guys. There's like 16 pages of Blu-rays, 2 for $16. Good deal. Get on there and check out some of those titles. You can also get 3 for $35 on 4Ks. Not as good of a deal as 3 for $30 that they were doing during Black Friday, but still a good deal considering some of the titles that you can get here, like Duel, A Clockwork Orange, Scarface, Nope, Ready Player One, Lost Boys, Casablanca, all the usual suspects. But Like, if you haven't got the stuff, like Groove always has like great 4K deals, Blu-ray deals. They don't even need Black Friday to do great deals. But yeah, there's some deals going on the Groove website, so definitely check them out. Let me scroll over to let's see. Did you guys know the McRib was back? We got an ad down there for that. We got Alfred Hitchcock Collection Volume 3 for $34.99. That is a steal, guys. This is on Amazon. That is a steal because that's a great set. That is 5 Hitchcock films on 4K for $34.99. And Rope is a fantastic Hitchcock movie. Like, I would put that up there with like the best of Hitchcock movies for me. And that's $35.99. But The Man Who Knew Too Much is great. Frenzy's really good as well. Alien Romulus on Blu-ray is $24.96. That might just be the regular price. But we got the Craig movies, Bond movies for $34.49. Elf on 4K is $9.99. Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm filming this on actually Saturday nights. So some of these could be gone by the time we get to Monday. But if we have new deals, I'll link those down below. If these deals aren't in effect anymore, I'll go ahead and take those off when the video goes off. But as of right now, Elf on 4K is $9.99. Back to the Future Trilogy is $24.99. That's a steal for that, guys. $24.99. Let me take a drink real quick, guys. $24.99 for a 4K Back to the Future. Like, those all look great, and they're such great movies. Like, this is the time to pick up box sets. Jumanji for $13.98. We got let's see, the Rocky movies, $63.99. That's essentially $10 for a Rocky movie. The Bad Boys Ride or Die Steelbook is $24.99. Ocean's Trilogy is $37.99 on 4K. Oppenheimer is $12.99 again on 4K. The Shrek movies, all 4 of them, are $37.49. The Grinch cartoon is $9.99. Steel Magnolias is $16.79. Just some great deals, guys. Some great deals going on. White Christmas is still $20.29. Barbie on 4K is $12.99. The Charlie Brown's Christmas is $9.99. Leon the Professional on 4K is $13.98. So yeah, a lot of great deals going on right now, guys. Definitely check out those deals on groove.com, on Amazon, and of course, Kino Lorber, that's still running their sale currently. So let's go ahead and jump into, hold on, let me see. Let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. There's a lot of great titles coming out this week for the, what is this? The second week of December. And again, guys, I will have all of these linked down below. If you're looking to get these last minute, because all these come out tomorrow on December the 10th. If you're looking to get these last minute, use those links down below. I would definitely appreciate that. But this is one of my most anticipated of the entire month, and that is No Country for Old Men, coming to 4K. And it's coming out from the Criterion Collection for $34.99. There's also going to be a Blu-ray version if you don't want the 4K for just $27.99 as well. So yeah, cannot wait for this, guys. I am just chomping at the bit to get to watch No Country for Old Men on 4K and to just get to watch that movie again, because it's been a few years since I've seen it, and I love that movie. The Kickboxer 4K Steelbook, this was supposed to come out last week. It got delayed a week. It got delayed from Lionsgate, and it's coming out on for $34.99 this week. And another thing to note, guys, is Demolition Man was supposed to come out this week. It actually got pushed to December the 17th. So we'll look forward to that next week, even though I already have it. I already did a review for it. So if you want to know if it's worth checking out, picking up, go check out that review for it. We've also got the Stir of Echoes 4K Steelbook coming out this week from Lionsgate. Very cool lenticular slipcover version. This is coming out for $34.99. This is definitely one I'm going to pick up for sure. Take another look at that. Awesome looking steelbook. We've also got Silent Night, Deadly Night coming out this week on 4K from Screen Factory for $32.99, which I already have a review up for this one, guys, because I pre-ordered from Screen Factory, and you always get your titles early when you get it from them. So my review for this is already up. If you want to know if it's worth it, definitely go check out that review. We've also got the Interstellar special collector's edition, which I do have as well. Showed this off a couple days in a haul video. Now, the thing about this set, guys, it may be back in stock by the time this goes up because it just kind of sold out, but it's sold out right now. It is sold out currently on Amazon. Now, hopefully they get more of this and put it back in stock, but as of right now, it's sold out. Maybe you could go Orbit or Diabolic to get this if they have it on there, but this is sold out, but it was supposed to come out this week. We've also got Riddick on 4K coming out from Shout Factory for $32.99. We've got Willow, the infamous Willow 65.99 4K Steelbook is coming out from Disney. So yeah, guys, I will say, guys, it's not US, but there is a standard version overseas. I think you can pre-order that on Orbit and Diabolic. So if you don't want the Steelbook, you want a cheaper option, you'll have to order off a Diabolic, or maybe it's also on Amazon UK as well. But yeah, there is no like slipcover standard edition in the States. We can only get the Steelbook of Willow over here for a price of $65.99. Let that sink in. $65.99 for Willow. They tried to do that with Deadpool and Wolverine. It worked. So that looks to be the model for Disney going forward with their Steelbooks. I just want to say that, guys. Look, if you don't want this to be a trend, you just can't support it. You just can't support it. I'm not getting it. But again, it's easier for me because I'm not a huge Steelbook collector. I know there's people out there that need to have this because they're a big Steelbook collector. They're big Disney collectors. So I get that. But also, like, if we don't take a stand on this stuff with Disney, they're just going to keep putting it out like this. And they're going to raise the price. They're going to do 70. They're going to do 75. And everybody else is going to follow suit. So I say don't get it. Wait, and if nobody gets it, they'll drop the price. But again, I know that's easier said than done, especially when you're not like super interested in the title. We've also got Ted coming to 4K this week from Shout Factory for $33.80. I know there's a lot of people excited for this. I don't own Ted in the collection. Maybe I'll get this at some point, but this is not one that I necessarily immediately need to own. We've also got 8.5, which is a Fellini movie. This is coming out on 4K from the Criterion Collection for $34.99. We've got Rock and Roll High coming out on 4K. This is one I'm interested in for sure, but again, it's not one I'm going to grab immediately. This is coming out from Shout Factory for $32.99. We got The Addiction coming out this week on 4K from Arrow Video. This is a pretty cool little vampire movie. I watched this over the weekend. I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't great, but it was a cool movie. This is starring Lily Taylor, Christopher Walken, and this is going for $37.14 right now currently. We've also got The Giant Spider Invasion coming out on 4K from Dark Force for $29.99, and we have The Last Video Store Blu-ray coming out from Arrow Video for $26.29. Now let's jump into some other stuff that is on Blu-ray.com coming out this week that I couldn't cover. We got a Wallace and Gromit set coming out. This is the complete Cracking Collection 4K. So if you need Wallace and Gromit on 4K, Shout Factory's got you covered. We got Requiem for a Vampire coming out on 4K. The Escapees coming out on 4K, both from Indicator and Powerhouse Films. We got Men of War coming out from MBD Rewind. We got the Toxic Crusader set coming out. I did a video on a lot of this stuff this past week, guys. So go check it out if you want to see like unboxings of this stuff. But the Toxic Crusaders cartoon series is coming out. We got Horrible History, 4 films in this set coming out from Eureka. We got an Interstellar Steelbook, which is exclusive to Walmart, coming out. We got Ramble and Rose coming out from Kino Lorber. We got Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 coming out from Scream Factory, just a standard Blu-ray edition. We got the Block Island Sound coming out on 4K, and there's a Blu-ray edition of that coming out. We got the Las Vegas Hillbillies coming out. Who's that coming out from, guys? I got to check this out. Country Music USA. What is this? VCI. Okay, that's who's putting out VCI. So if you want the the Las Vegas Hillbillies Blu-ray, you can check that out. We got Quadrants, Taking a Felon 1, 2, 3. I guess maybe that's a Blu-ray restock on that. So yeah, some good stuff coming out this week, guys. Some good stuff for sure. Let me know what you're excited about. We also got Cheerleaders Wild Weekend. Okay. This is coming out this week from MVD Rewind as well. And Evil & Co. is coming out on 4K. Also, that's a Malcolm McDowell film. So there you have it, guys. That is the Physical Media Report episode 242, guys. Look, 242 episodes of the Physical Media Report. I bring it to you every week, the news. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, I would appreciate that. And then leave me a comment down below, guys. What are you looking forward to grabbing? All that good stuff. What are you excited about? Let me know in the comment section below. Turn on bell notifications for all future videos and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.